Thanks a lot. Emily.
All right, Andy, thank you. Well, it's like getting a facelift during your lunch hour, except you don't have to go under the knife. Sounds pretty good, right? Dr. Mary Beth Mudd of the New You Center is here, as well as Kelly, who is going to be our demonstrator this morning. Now, this is a procedure called All therapy?
All therapy.
Okay, what is it?
All therapy is actually a new frontier of medicine. We've been using ultrasound in a diagnostic type purposes, looking at babies, ovaries, gallbladders for years. But now we're able to use the heat generated by an ultrasound to actually stimulate collagen production, which will be able to allow us to have a lifting effect.
So we're talking about a lifting effect like here, right, along our face? Okay.
The FDA has approved this for lifting around the eyebrow area, in the cheeks, in the neck area, and we're currently working on protocols to lift other areas such as upper arms, tummies, thighs, knees, areas that we all want lifted.
And it sounds almost too good to be true, but you brought some pictures with you to show us this morning.
Absolutely.
We have before and after photos, and we want to kind of take a look at these. Show us the differences here, the before and after on the left and the right.
On the left picture, which is the before picture, you notice there's a lot of wrinkles on his neck. On the picture on the right, you notice his neck is nice and smooth.
Right.
His eyes have been lifted. They look more open and brighter. You also notice that his jowls are a lot tighter.
Now, how long does it take to see results like this? I mean, this is not just over your lunch hour, is it?
Absolutely not. It typically takes 60 to 90 days to see results, which is a really great thing for patients because they don't have to sit there and admit to anybody that they did anything because they sort of morph into their new face, which is really, really great. They don't have this done look. It looks very natural but tighter.
Here's our second photo as well. You can see the difference here too, maybe along her eye line there and her jawline.
You can see that her eyes also look bigger and brighter. The big thing that you can see, if you look at her smile line, her nasolabial line, it's almost gone when you look at the second picture on the right.
I think we have one more picture we can show you there. Oh, and you can see a big difference here, especially around the under eyes.
The under eyes, and particularly her left upper eyelid. She's actually in her early 60s and a smoker, so we were questioning whether how good of a result we would get. But she surprised me to the end when she walked in at her 60-day picture, and those eyes were bright, wide open. She is thrilled to death with this result.
Now, that's a really good point. I mean, when we're talking about who should have this procedure, what candidates are, really, is it anyone?
Typically, anybody can have this as long as your body has the ability to make collagen. Our bodies are going to lose that ability somewhere between age 65 to 70 usually. And so somebody who's older than that, unfortunately, is going to have to resort to a surgical procedure if they want to be lifted or tightened. However, we really feel that this is a great procedure for people starting in their 40s and 50s because if we can keep that collagen built up and keep it stimulated, we probably won't need to be going to those lifting surgical procedures when we get older.
Now, of course, the big question is, how much does it cost? Everyone wants to know about cost. Is this really affordable? Is it out of people's price ranges?
It's definitely much more affordable than a facelift. Usually I would say in the range of about $2,000 to $3,500, but that's a lot less than what they're going to pay for a facelift. And the downtime is none. They literally can come in on their lunchtime, walk out. The only side effect we've seen is a little bit of pinkness that goes away within an hour or two.
Okay, and the exciting part is we're going to demonstrate this over the next hour here on Good Day Columbus. So we're going to let you get started, and Kelly's very excited. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
Good for you, Kelly.
So we're going to come back in an hour. We're going to see how it's going, and then we'll see the finished results in an hour. Andy, over to you.
All right, I can't wait to see. Thanks, guys, so much. Well, for most of us, going without a